This is our split stance landmine RDL. I would suggest lifting straps as I'm using here. Align the shin of the outside leg with the bar, you should be able to see your toes. Assume a relatively narrow split stance with the heel of the front leg aligning with the toe of the back leg. First we want a slight bend in the knee, we then want to lock that knee in and that knee will not bend or straighten anymore throughout the movement. Then we want to check we've got the weight fully on that front leg. We can do this by lifting the back leg. If you can lift your back leg and none of your body moves, you know you've got your weight on the front leg. If you lift the back leg and your body has to move to do so, that means you haven't got that weight properly distributed. To do the exercise properly, we're going to have the weight through the midfoot of the front foot, not the heel, so we don't want to see those toes bouncing up and down. Don't try and get too far into the movement because we're going to lose the weight on the front leg and we're going to shift onto the back, which means that we're not really getting what we want out of the exercise. The movement should come from shifting your hips backwards, not reaching your torso forwards. As you can see here, I'm prepping for the movement with my front hand on my hip flexor and my back on my glute. This is just to imagine and encourage that movement from happening whilst I prep and practice the movement with no weight. What we don't want to see is that we just lean forward from the torso and the bum and hip barely move backwards. This is going to be a back dominant strategy. This is not the goal of this exercise. Once you've done a few practice reps without any load, grab the bar and start repping. You can see that I've still got my hand on the glute, and that is just to encourage that forward and backward movement of the hip. When done correctly, this should cook your glutes and hamstrings.